guys, welcome back to another video. Out here in May, finally, I think this will be our first video of fishing in May. I've been on a 10-day work streak, and I think the last video that I put out that was of me fishing is actually from like mid-April. The videos before that last video were actually at the end of April, and then I kind of went on like this 10-day work streak, but I'm off of that now. I got 11 days off, and we're starting it off here, first day off, doing some fishing, getting back out on the water and catching some wild browns. But not a bad day so far. I'm doing the intro here late, but I'm about to go grab some lunch, and I probably caught, I don't know, like 15 fish. I would say about half of them were pretty small, but did catch some nice stock rainbows, and then, you know, some like average size wild browns. But you know, I'll take whatever I can get. So nice beautiful day, about 64 degrees and sunny. A little bit of cloud overcast, but not as much as I was hoping for. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, the water, I believe, is at like a lower or like normal flow, but to me it just seems like it's up a bit, and it's off color, which is good. It's like a nice color. But I'm about to go grab some lunch, so we'll go ahead and get to the fishing from this morning, and then after I get back out on the river, we will check back in. Alrighty, a 10-day hiatus from the stream. I had to work for 10 days straight, but now I'm off for 11, and this is our first few casts in 10 days, so we will see what we can get into here. Haven't fished this section in quite a while of this creek. It's a nice little section, nice pocket waters area and stuff. And right now I'm running stonefly with the lead lotus. So this time it's about, I think it's May 13th, and this time of year sulfurs are starting to emerge. So this is the time of year I start trying to throw something with a little orange yellow mixed into the nymph. So that's why I got that lead lotus on the tag. And then we got the stonefly on just to get us down to the bottom in this deeper pocket water area. All right, there's a fish. I didn't even know that fish was on. That was kind of on the swing. All right, we got ourselves a nice wild brownie to start the morning off. All right, so that was our first fish in 10 days. But like I said, that was sort of on the swing. I didn't even know he was on until I was lifting my rod. But he came right out of this soft spot here in behind this boulder. We got a nice color to the water. I believe it's at about like a normal flow right now, but I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just going based off the last time that I was in this section, but to me it seems a little high. All right, so this is a little risky, but I'm gonna try to wait out a little bit here, see if I can drift some over into that far pocket there. But I've waded through here before when it's a lot lower, and I know it's even treacherous at that point, so just gotta be super careful with my steps. There's a tiny fish. Looks like a little wild brownie. Just a tiny one. So when these pockets are really rough like this, one of the things I like to do, especially too when like the water's off color, is, I mean, you'll still find the soft spots, but you're gonna wanna work those soft spots a little more than you would in like clear water, just so you know you gave the fish like a chance to see or fly. And it helps to use a big fly so they can see it easier, like a stonefly, and because it's heavier and it gets down quicker. Now, if this was winter, I don't know if I would be spending too much time right here at this flow, but it's spring, so I have no doubt in my mind that these fish are pushed up in here. And as you can see, we've already caught two. All right, hooked up here with another fish. Right now there are just like bugs pouring off the water. Should be a pretty good day. I just switched over to a pheasant tail. Nothing was taking that lead lotus or the simple betas, and we just hooked up here and he was on the pheasant tail. There we go, there's another fish. Oh, popped off. I believe he was on the bottom fly actually, so the stone fly. I'll tell you guys what, there are bugs everywhere. Probably the most I've seen so far this year. And the fish are just not biting like I thought they would be. Again, I don't think that this water is high, but it sure looks like it. I just think that I'm having a hard time getting down to them or something. All right, there's a fish. First fish in a little while, actually. I don't know if this is just deeper than I thought and I'm not getting to the bottom or what, but or if the fish are just really not eating that well. There he is, a little pheasant tail eater. That fish was also on the tag, which is the pheasant tail. Little brownie right here in front of me. Again, this one was on the pheasant tail. All right, into another fish here. Looks like we got a rainbow. Little stalker. Right in front of that boulder out there. Pretty good sized brownie. Sitting right in the front of that cushion for that rock. All right, there he is. Beautiful little fish. He cut me up a little bit there. I was trying to get that stonefly out of his mouth and he started flopping around. His teeth inside there cut me up a little bit. Should be good though. I think I've gotten worse before from some bigger browns. But yeah, he came from right in front of, you can see that boulder out there, not this long boulder right here in front of me, but there's another boulder out there. He came from right in front of that boulder. It is sunny out right now, but the sun's in a good position. It's behind the fish, so it's not blinding them. Here's a better sized fish. Actually looks like a rainbow maybe. Yeah, it's a bigger rainbow. Looks to have some pretty nice colors on him. Well, he didn't like the net. Nice chunky fish, but he's missing some of his, he's missing his pec fin on the other side. And pec fins and his back fins on this side are pretty beat up. So I would say either fresh stalker or maybe like 1 year holdover, just because he's got better colors. All right, hooked into another good fish here. Don't think it's as big as the last one, but it's fighting a little bit better. This one looks like it could be a brownie. Yeah, this one's a brownie. Glad we're getting into some fish now, at least, because for a while there in the morning, I mean, there's less bugs coming off now. There's a lot of midges over the water, some bigger mayflies here and there, but this morning it's kind of a letdown a little bit. We had tons of bugs coming off, and I thought it would be a lot better through that section, but I think the water is just a little too high through that section right now, so it's hard to get to the fish. But up through here, this is more like mellow riffles and like deeper runs. So I think we're just getting better drifts to the fish. I also forgot to mention that I'm using 6-pound test today instead of 4-pound. Normally I use 4-pound. But since the water was off color a little bit, I just wanted to have a little extra protection for the current, you know, fighting fish in the current. And I figure it's not probably gonna have any effect on our hookup ratio since the water's off color. I don't think I've ran 6-pound all spring yet. So this is like my first time using it in a while. Actually, this is my first time probably using 6-pound since like last spring, because we've just been plagued ever since last like July, heck, even June, with like low water. So I've just been using 4-pound test ever since. Oh, there we go. Right on the swing. I was just getting ready to pull my line out and move upstream. I think that's a rainbow. No, it's actually a little brownie. And he was on, oh, there he goes. He was on the pheasant tail. There we go. Fish right in behind. There's like a little soft eddy there. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but that's where he was sitting. On the stonefly. Probably about 8-incher. I knew in this whole run there had to be something. I've been picking this run apart. It just seemed too good to not have at least one hungry fish. And there he was. He was over in behind that boulder seam. Not the size I was expecting from a run like this, but beautiful and nonetheless. All right, pretty decent sized fish. Pretty sure it's a brownie too. Actually, you know what? It might be a rainbow. Probably like a 15-inch rainbow. The jaw's pretty messed up there, but it's probably definitely a fresh stalker. He came right out of this soft spot over here, in towards the bank, but I have a feeling there's got to be pretty good brownie in here. It's definitely like one of the better runs in this section, sort of near the top of the riffles here. All right, back out on the water here, and you guys might recognize this from a past video. This spot, I wanted to fish this spot back in the beginning of April, but when I got here, there's actually 2 other people upstream of me about 200 yards, so I ended up just relocating and never ended up fishing this section completely. So now that it's May 13th, there's like no pressure out here. Everybody that has been out for the first week and a half is now gone, so we're gonna give this section a shot and hopefully maybe get into like a nice brownie or 2. There's our brownie. Oh, just popped off. I knew I didn't hook him good. All right, I apologize for that. I thought I had the camera off, but it looks like we got a pretty big rainbow here. Actually, I don't want to say pretty big, but just a nice size one. I just saw my first fish rise, and I'm also seeing a few sulphurs here and there. I moved downstream of where I was this morning, so that makes sense that we would see more sulphurs downstream since it's warmer downstream. They're probably just not popping off yet up on the upper end of this creek. It's a nice fish, probably like 16, stalked rainbow. All right, we are hooked up here. Not sure what it is yet, but I think it's a brownie. So he was on the pheasant tail, but I think actually what I'm gonna do is, there he is, nice chunky fish. He's eating pretty good. I think actually I'm going to switch out the 6 pound for 4 pound. I just feel like the 6 pound, it's a little, the water's clearer down here, and this is definitely on the lower side. I knew the flow just didn't seem like it was high for this place. I don't know why it seems so high up there. I think it's just because I haven't fished here in a while, or I haven't fished that section in a while. But yeah, we're gonna switch over to 4 pound and see if that helps with the strike ratio. All right, hooked up with a pretty good brown here. All right, so we got ourselves a big fat stalker. Probably like 17 inches. Fought pretty good for a stalker though. And this is a rainbow. Another big fat stalker, probably about 17 again. Actually, like, surprised, but these stalkers are like, they're sitting up in the riffles. Usually stocked fish don't do that unless they're like a year holdover or something. Sizable, not sizable, but I've just been catching dinks, so I never even bothered to turn the camera on. But we finally hooked up with like a 12-inch brownie here. And that was on the yellow sulphur nymph, the pheasant tail that looks like a sulphur. All right, I think this might actually be a good size fish. Bring him over in the soft pocket. Bit of acrobatics right there. It's not the size fish that I thought it was, but it's a pretty good size brownie. Probably like a 13-incher. Over here looks super good because there's like an overhanging tree, nice depth, boulder with some riffles coming down in. Be very surprised if we don't at least get one fish out of there. There we go. All of these, I think, have been on this little sulphur nymph imitation. It's like a yellow rusty brown. There he is. Oh yeah, this is a good brownie. I just lost that fish. Are you kidding me, man? Oh my God. I've not been doing good with, that was the biggest fish of the day. You guys saw him. I have been doing terrible with landing big fish. Yeah, it seems like the sulphur imitation is doing pretty good because I haven't gotten anything on the bottom pheasant tail in a while. Little 12-incher. Alrighty. All right, this one was actually on the pheasant tail, the bottom fly. Pretty nice fish, probably like 13, 14. Caught that guy right in front of me. I made like a real short cast right here in front of me, and he immediately hit it. He's probably 12 inches. Holy cow. He's attacking me. And that fish literally jumped twice right into me. Stay down, dude. I seriously braced myself for that second jump. I thought he was gonna smack me in the face. Beautiful fish. Love the spots on him. Probably like a 14. There he goes. There we go. Might lose this fish. He's like, he just took off downstream. Pretty fish on the pheasant tail. I'm gonna try to hightail it down to the car. This is actually a pretty good fish. I'm pretty sure that's the biggest fish of today. Probably about just as big as that one that we hooked up with earlier, and he flopped off. All right, hooked up with a fish here. I believe it's a rainbow. That could be a wild bow. That is a good looking fish. He's got perfect fins. Wouldn't surprise me. Nice fish.